So we're just going to move right into it. You may remember her from 2 months ago. She unfortunately had to work last month, but now she's here to share some laughs. Please give a nice warm welcome for Marnie Bragg.
Thank you, but I'm going to need more of an applause than that, y'all. I polished my toenails for this. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Wonderful.
I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright. And I pity any girl who is in me tonight. My name is Marnie, and I'm a self-proclaimed sandwich connoisseur. Now, when I call myself a sandwich connoisseur, what I'm really saying is that I am a greedy girl. I love food. I am a true foodie. I think about food all the time. I'm thinking about food right now. I dream about food. I think about my next meal while I'm eating my current meal. I have plastic utensils in my purse and condiments in my car. Facts. I am also a confirmed bachelorette. That's right. There's some confirmed bachelorettes in here? Yeah, but I'm not the only one. When I call myself a confirmed bachelorette, what I'm really saying is that I am undateable. Apparently, men are not interested in women who wear granny panties. I think they're comfortable. I'm also a gassy germaphobe. So men don't want to be around me because all I do is fart. And I never want to touch anything. Go figure. I consider myself to be a strategist as well. I have a strategy for everything. Now, when I call myself a strategist, what I'm really saying is that I am an anal bitch. I'm particular about the way I make a sandwich, the way I park my car, even the way I approach a public restroom. And my approach is similar to the way a straight man approaches a vagina. When I get to a public restroom, I first inspect the perimeter for cleanliness. Then I give it a quick sniff test. Now, if those two things check out, I enter. But if I'm in dire straits, it's an urgent situation, or I'm desperate, right, men? You know what I mean. Okay, I just hold my breath and make it quick. So, life is a journey, right?
Yeah.
And the anal bitch in me has categorized my journey into subcategories. So, first up, I'm on a physical journey. And the goal or destination of my physical journey is to have a banging body. See, right now my body, it ain't banging. It's just knocking, it's just like, I want it to be banging, like, I'm walking down the street and music plays all of a sudden. People look at me, they stop, they stare, they point. They say, look at that gassy germaphobic granny panty wearing girl with the banging body. Like, yeah, that's me. I got the banging body. And I'm undateable, but it's all good. I'm on a financial journey. And the goal or destination of my financial journey is to have enough money to pay off my student loans. Yes, I'm one of those. I am this close to starting online panhandling, AKA a GoFundMe. This close to making my cat get a job to bring in some extra money, you know what I mean? I am also on a hair journey, yeah? And the goal of my hair journey is to have healthy, thick, strong hair. I want hair so thick that black men are attracted to it. Like I'm walking down the street. Well, I'm sashaying down the street, rather. When I am approached by a debonair black man, he has good credit and impeccable hygiene. And he says to me, "Excuse me, my beautiful melanated sister. I couldn't help pick up on your goddess aura, that banging body, and that thick ass hair. Hair so thick it's turning me on. So I was wondering, can I stick my dick in it?" My initial reaction would be that of appallment. I clutch the imaginary string of pearls around my neck. I turn into a Southern belle when I say to him, "Well, I never." But then I give it a second thought, and I say, you know what? My hair could use a protein treatment, baby. Come on, let's go back to my place. That's my time. Peace.
Let's keep it going for Marnie, please. Alrighty, up next. Please welcome James Sobieski. Did I say that right?
Sobieski.
James, he said it. He can say it again for you. I can't say it.
So I know this guy that can ejaculate long distances. He came over my house last week. It was me. Haven't done Farmington before. This is a hot crowd. It is. It's a lot better. It's a lot better than 342 in Dearborn Heights. I do come from downriver. It shows because I was at the light right over there, and a Farmington cop pulled up next to me, and he was just, no. I actually got started doing stand-up back in 2018, and I paused when the pandemic hit. And I know you've been able to do it for a long time, but I was like, I'm watching Hulu. I'm in the 7th season of MASH. Fuck off. So I came back for the same reason I started in 2018. My wife's like, will you get the hell out of here? See, wives want husbands to have hobbies. They just can't cost anything. You can't buy anything. Just get out of the house. So for the price of a couple of bucks, I vanish for 3 hours and tell dick jokes. Speaking of my dick, I actually went through impotency a few years ago. It was a minor glandular condition, and you know, the funny thing is that should have been a golden ticket, because I've been married for 18 years. What, my dick doesn't work and I don't want to? I never thought that I could be so happy to have no weenie. But now I'm thrilled because I am impotent, you see. Because I have a flaccid penis. No. I saw an endocrinologist. I got it all back. Now I got the opposite problem. Morning wood. Okay, that was fun when you were like 14 or 15 or 23, but I'm 45. I've had my kids. It's 6:30 in the morning. I gotta pee. And what the fuck are you so happy about? I wish I had the optimism of my penis. Rise and shine, it's a new day. Dude, I gotta pee. It's hard to be aroused in the 21st century. It is. Porn has gotten too oddly specific. Like, I'm not going to get graphic, and I'm not, but like you go on Pornhub and the view count is based off of view count. What is most popular? It's like, stepmom caught me alone while dad was at work. Ew. First of all, you sleep with my dad. Already I'm questioning your life choices. And people want that. They want a specific kink. Okay, folks, I came of age in the 1990s. You were happy to see naked. That was enough. I'll fill in the details. Hold it right there. Also, this trend that men have to be as hairless as Ken dolls. No! We never had to do maintenance when I was in band camp. Yes, band people are the biggest whores. It's true, people run into me now because I'm fat, but I'm a tall guy. No, you must have played some football. No, I was in marching band. I played the trombone. What are you, gay? Yes. No, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that when they demolish my mom's house some way down long in the future, they're still gonna find 5 or 6 VHS cassettes hidden above the ceiling tiles. Who was Ron Jeremy? Man, that guy went down bad, didn't he? Well, his case is not gonna go well for him. Think of all the hours of footage of that guy having sex consensually. All they gotta do is ask to see naughty cheerleaders, and they're just, no, lock him up. I'm sorry, I can't. No, the jury, no. But nobody cared back then. You could do whatever. Nobody shaved. It looked like 2 poodles fighting over a knockwurst. It was just... Hiding VHS cassettes. I have a great one about that. When I was a kid, I had a friend who would go to Video Tower at 10 and Hayes. Yes, I'll say it, because they're long out of business and the statute of limitations has expired. And he would rent some adult films, and then he would go to the flea market and buy a bunch of used Disney movies for like 50 cents. And then we'd sit on his floor with a #1 Phillips screwdriver and switch the reels. This led to some very interesting conversations by the locker. Yeah, man, here's Cinderella back, thanks. Did the glass slipper fit? Oh, fuck, yes, it did, yeah. You got Snow White? No, I'm not done with that one yet. But we never thought of the blowback that we caused. We never thought about what we did to that poor bastard who worked 12 hours at the chrome plating factory, and all he wanted to do was stop off for some go-go taquitos and a six-pack of Busch Light and enjoy Video Cum Shots Part 2. And he sat down and he put that cassette in and was greeted with the opening credits of The Little Mermaid. Oh man! Yeah, fuck it, she's hot. I'm James, thank you so very much.
Keep it going for James, please. Alrighty, up next on our docket. I hope he came in. Do we have a Yogi Singh here?
Yes.
Please welcome Yogi Singh.
So I wasn't sure I was going after you.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Hi. I have two friends here.
Will you make some jokes about us?
Yes. Question. Do you think improvisers are comedians?
Are we supposed to answer or we then?
Yes. That's the joke. Okay. So before coming here, I decided to put gas in my car at Costco at 5:30
No wonder you're late.
p.m. right after work. The whole gas station jam-packed, and there is a huge line. You have to drive at least a mile back to join the line, and then you can get your gas filled. So at 5:30. I am at Costco trying to fill my gas, and I am getting messages like, "Yogi, where are you? The show is about to start." I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. Can I reach here without gas or no? I was just contemplating. So long story short, I got my gas filled and I'm here. And if I don't tell you an Indian joke, then I'm not an Indian, right?
Right.
So I have to tell you an Indian joke. So my name is Yogi. I am from India and I'm not Indian. I say that because one stupid European fucked it up for everyone. I have so many things about that guy to say. Stupid, dumb, high, whatever. Okay, let me clarify. I'm talking about Christopher Columbus. So this guy didn't know which direction is east or which direction is west. He sailed towards east and reached the country India, and then he decided to sail towards west and call the people Indians. What the fuck is that? Decide. Don't mix your directions. If it was only one guy who was sailing towards east or west, I would understand. Like, if this is one person who can get messed with some directions. But he was sailing with a bunch of people. He wasn't alone. He was sailing with at least 200 people. That's what history books tells me. 200 crew. All of them were dumb. Nobody told him, dude, this is not east, this is west. All right. Where are we? Okay. So I'm starting this new, so I have to write my jokes, not like people who are pros, who have been doing this and stopped doing this and then came back. So Columbus was an asshole who fucked this history lesson for everybody, and now people don't know who is an Indian and who is the other Indian, and people write jokes about it. So I started doing open mics to just tell jokes about being Indian. So another joke about being Indian is, in India, you have this thing called arranged marriages. Are you guys afraid of those?
Yes.
Me too. why there are arranged marriages? Why there are not love marriages in India?
Why?
Because in India, a marriage lasts for 7 lifetimes. Exactly. 7 lifetimes. Who would willingly commit for 7 lifetimes? So someone has to arrange that, right? I wasn't into it. So I left the country. Alright, so coming back to arranged marriages. Think about it. 7 lifetime. First lifetime, and if you all believe in reincarnation, you can reincarnate as male, female, animals, whatever, birds. So next life, you could be a man, you could be a woman, and your partner could be a man or could be a woman. So if you are from India, believe in reincarnation and believe in arranged marriages, you should not be opposed to homosexuality.
You never know.
And this earth is one planet, right? You could be born in America too. So you should not be opposed to homosexuality either way. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But I am not into reincarnation stuff. Okay, next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, since you said you can be whatever, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
your spouse in the next lifetime could be a horse or a turtle.
Or the dog you get
Oh
from
dear
the
Lord,
shop.
oh my God.
It could be that.
So you shouldn't be opposed to doggy style? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is reincarnation is the shit. Not homosexuality. That's okay. And yeah, the next one is I again born in India. I was born a Hindu, and I started watching these gurus doing stuff, yoga and all of that, and I saw people building cults around it. And you know what goes behind these cults. So I decided not to call myself a Hindu. And again, on my journey to US, I was approached by a few very concerned Americans. Do you want to accept Jesus Christ in your life? I'm like, okay, why not? So now I'm trying to be a Christian. And they say, okay, same story goes back. I started Googling, like what goes behind these temples of America, those churches. So again, I was kind of, no. This is not my jam. Then I started looking into different religion, which is the one which I found could be more Zen is Buddhism. And I was all for Buddhism. Just last week, this guy, Dalai Lama, the main head of the religion, the voice of Buddhism. What he does is he just puts his tongue in front of a small kid and says, suck on it. Oh, dude, what the fuck is wrong with these all God men? And then I decided I'm going no faith, no religion, fuck this bullshit. I'm a proud atheist. And with that, thank you.
Please keep it going for Yogi. All right, folks, we're at the halfway point, so we're gonna go for a little intermission until, let's say, 6:35-ish. I don't know, 6:40. 35. We're going till 6:35. We have one bathroom. You can also go out back. We'll be back momentarily. Thank you.
A lot of the crowd headed out, huh? It's all right. What's going on, guys? I'm pretty impressed with Drake. I do want to start with that. Drake started this solo, and then When I started, there was 3, and tonight we have 9 comics. So I just want to congratulate Drake. Round of applause. I was thinking on the way over here, I was like, man, this open mic's starting to look like my wiener, dog. It started at 3 and it grew into 9. Am I right, ladies? No. That joke was more generous when there was 11 comics slated, but what can you do? What's been going on, guys? Anything interesting? Anybody? No? Well, I've had a lot going on lately. There's one thing, though, that's really been bothering me. Someone barked at me in a bathroom. Never thought I'd say that sentence. I was at an Italian restaurant, I opened the door, there's this little redheaded kid washing his hands, singing la 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 la, and I was like, that's kind of cute. I kept walking in, he stopped washing his hands, turned his head, not his body, just his head, like he was a damn owl or something, and he goes, "Roof!" I was like, what the hell? Looks like Satan's kennel's missing one of its critters, huh? What the hell was that? I mean, listen, I'm pretty easygoing on bathroom etiquette. This one time, I was in a single-person restroom at a campground, and someone kept yanking on the door, and I was like, hold on a second, and they go, come on, open up. And I was like, just gotta wash my hands, hold on. And he said, come on, it's me, Jason, which is the best response he could have ever given. And I was like, I'm not who you think I am, Jason, which is an insane thing to say to a child. It's like he was my wife and I was about to tell him I had a second family. I'm not who you think I am, Jason. And he's like, come on, it's Jason. So, I washed my hands and I went, opened the door. Jason took one look at me and ran as fast as one can with a puckered ass. He's just a boy, but Jason ran like a man that day. But the point is, I'm easygoing in the bathroom, This one time, I walked into a Kohl's department store and I heard someone in the stall saying a Hail Mary. For those who don't know, a Hail Mary is a Christian prayer, usually recited in church or at home, never in a public restroom. I think the local news did a story on it. You might see it on Twitter, #shitminister. And I was 16 years old, turned the corner of a bathroom, and I just hear in a frightened tone, out loud, someone going, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Now that guy was either really religious or really in trouble. And I don't even think he knew God had a son, so I don't think they were that close. But, in spite of this man's violent bowel movement, I didn't even bat an eye, okay? I'm a toilet soldier, baby. Every time I walk into a restroom, I got Fortunate Son by CCR playing in my head, just strolling in like, some folks are born made to wave the flag. It's patriotic. But, in spite of all my experience, I just did not know what to do when that kid barked at me in the bathroom. I mean, I was his elder, it was a public shitter. He had no right to be doing that, but I don't even like when regular dogs bark at me. There's this dog on my street, every time I go for a walk, this little shit just... And every time I'm like, I wonder if this dog likes to go for rides, because I want to give this dog a ride via my foot, just... I want to kick this dog so hard, so high into the air, the government thinks it's a Chinese spy balloon. It floats across the country and they gun it down over the ocean. That's what this dog deserves, okay? Hate that damn thing. You guys ever seen the movie Anchorman? Anybody? When they kick Will Ferrell's dog off the bridge? That's my dream come true, dude. I watch that like women watch royal weddings, just sobbing. Just like, I can't believe it! She's a real princess! Or guys, when they're watching the Super Bowl, their team wins, and they're like, I can't believe we did it! They always say we like they were on the team. Took everything we had. God, I love that scene. Oh. You know, I just love to kick a dog off a bridge. You know, some of you want to have sex with a teacher. I want to kick a dog off a bridge. So, different strokes for different folks, you know. In fact, there's a bridge right by my house, so don't think I haven't thought about, you know, snatching that dog, running a mile to the bridge, and just kicking it clear over, and hearing that little ploop sound as it hit the water. Just thinking about gets me damn erect. You know, I just imagine it. This little shit's just like, and then, I mean, that damn sequence would make every struggle I've ever had worth it. Just to punt that little shit. But back to, sorry, I got carried away. But back to the redheaded kid in the bathroom, you know? I would have loved to kick that kid, but I just don't think there was enough runway clearance to drop kick Clifford the Big Red dumbass. Just didn't have the clearance, but I don't know. I don't really know what I should have done in that situation. I mean, I kind of wanted to fist fight a child, as bad as that is to say. I mean, you judge me, but he could have been the next Hitler, you know? They always do that baby Hitler scenario. This kid could have been it. I'm not saying I would have killed him, but I would have just told him to square up, you know? Give him the old 1-2 just in the bathroom, like, some folks are born made to wave the flag. Told you I'm a toilet soldier, baby. I think my main problem with the whole situation is he shouldn't have even been in the bathroom in the first place. If he wants to pretend he's a dog, he's got to shit outside, okay? I mean, you want to be a dog, play the part. You want to be a dog, you're going to shit in the front yard in front of everybody, like the other dogs. That's what I make my kids do. Can you imagine a littler version of me, just a little dumb, blonde-headed, bobble-headed boy, got a leash around his neck, chasing his own ass in the front yard, laying a couple liners down by the road. I mean, I would never be president of the homeowners association, but the kid wouldn't be barking in bathrooms or anything. I had some trouble writing something for tonight. I've had a lot going on. My grandpa died. I was worried about my teenage cousin committing suicide. My girlfriend cheated on me. A man with 8 fingers burned down my neighbor's house.
What?
Hey, yep, 8 fingers. His pointer finger and his middle finger must have known he's up to no good because they literally pieced the fuck out, you know what I mean? But in spite of all that, I was able to put something together for tonight. So I appreciate you guys coming out to this, and it's just nice that we can have a space where we can goof around and have some laughs. So thank you guys, and have a good one.
Keep it going for Adam. Do not bark like a dog. All right, folks. Up next, please welcome, returning from last month, Lionel D.
Thank you. All right. Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's working, because how rush hour traffic was. I barely made it. With saying that, I want to give is anybody in here a quiet quitter? If you don't know what that is, that's the person that barely does anything. He won't do your job, my job, his job. He don't go to company picnics. He barely shows up, but he still has a job. Well, that's not me. Anybody here a saboteur? Well, a saboteur is a person who intentionally sabotages their job. You know, like the armored truck driver, the one in the passenger who opens those doors on the freeway, millions of dollars fly out, and I'm never on that freeway. Well, I work for a delivery package company. A quick disclaimer, anybody in here with a 4.8 in a zip code, I intentionally misdeliver all y'all mail and packages. Not because I was trying to make it here or anything like that. I just hate my job. I mean, that's better than me going postal, right? But I haven't always been like that. I would usually only give a job like 2 years. So like from 2000 to 2010, it was 2 years, 5 jobs. People were like, oh, that's not showing anything. It's not building a good resume. Screw you. Because I got a plan. I got a secret I'm gonna share with y'all. So what I do, my most recent jobs, my 4, I keep that at what it is. My 5th one, I look at what's been going on. Any business that closed, oh yeah, I was part of that. So my first time doing it, I remember I was the senior vice president for Kmart, and I left them about 6 months before they closed. So, to seek better opportunities. So without my leadership, they end up closing. But it's not that consistent because the next 4 is like a chef at McDonald's, a cook at Wendy's. I think I was a custodian or maybe a car wash or something. But over the years, I have got better with my craft, with lying. The take your parent to school day, my kids love it. Because every 2 years, I'm something extraordinary. I think kindergarten, I might have been an astronaut. 2nd grade, I think I might have worked for Trump or somebody. Prove me wrong. Anybody in here, you can prove me wrong. Call anybody up. But it was just one, I think my son might have been in 6th grade, however old you be at 6th grade. And kids are bullies. They are bullies. Trust me, you're either gonna get bullied or you're gonna bully. That's just how elementary goes. And I'm up there with some other parents, and I hear the one kid say, oh, your dad's a loser. He doesn't have a job. And then the other kid like, well, my dad's a lawyer. And my son, he just laughing like, ha, my dad works for the CIA. I'm like, yeah, all right, thanks, son. You have my back. But I had a cop friend. I'm not going to say what department he works for, but we always going back and forth because we talking about the inconsistencies. He's like, oh, Lionel, you have to get it together. You got to stop doing this. This is before I worked for the post office. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now, you working, younger, you want to be a firefighter. You want to be a cop, a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that. Nobody in here, out there, or wherever, ever said, I want to be a mail carrier with 5 kids and married. So, and we stopped talking, reason being because I was like, all right, Chuck, look, in 20 years or so, when I'm retired, I can sit here and talk to the grandkids and just tell them how my typical day was. Once a week I get chased by a dog. I might even get flashed by the 80 or 90-year-old woman, and it was all right. Now, I don't have no problem with cops. I don't know if any of you are cops related or anything like that. I already get followed by enough of them, and I don't want to add you guys to my resume. I'm not in politics yet. But I'm like, the vice cops or the narcotics officers or the ones that, the traffic cops that look for drugs. So I'm like, okay, for 20 years, you're telling me every Tuesday and Thursday, you went out to the hood looking for crackhead Tyrone, putting your finger up his ass looking for drugs. Like it wasn't near him on the ground, it wasn't in his pocket. You just always had to search this guy's anal cavity. So at this moment, you're just an ass detective. Anyway, we fell out there. Having kids is wonderful. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have kids or going to have kids, but whatever you do when he was little, you're going to get that karma back tenfold. Trust me. Like, my grandparents raised me. So I used to always play pranks on them. And one particular time, they was out of town, had the house to myself. One of my friends was over, and I know they was coming back from the trip. So I'm like, oh man, I got a bright idea. Let's just knock everything over like somebody broke in, and then we just gonna pop out and scare them. And he's like, man, your grandparents is elderly, they might die or something. I'm like, so I'm the sole beneficiary, I'm be rich. No, it didn't happen. He talked me out. I think he became a pastor or something. And I'm up here trying to convince y'all that I'm funny. So see how things work out. But yeah, shoot, what else I got? I was on the road here, guys. All right, but like I said, having kids is a blessing. And this one particular time, one of them, it was my son. I want to say 3rd grade. My job was probably like 20 miles from the school. I'm at my, extravagant job. My wife is at her regular job. And and we get a call saying, oh, y'all need to come to the school. Deion's having an asthma attack. Or we don't know what's going on. He was born with asthma, but I'm like, all right, I'm racing there. Mind you, my wife is 2 minutes from the school. I'm 20 minutes. So I get there, or I'm driving, the police pulled me over, and at this particular time, I think I owed some tickets or something, and I'm running the story like, hey, my son is in school, he's having it's a medical emergency, I need to get there. He's like, all right, well, if this is true, then I'm going to escort you there, but if it's not, you're going to jail, you're going to get some more tickets, and we take your vehicle. I'm like, sure, that's fine. So we get to the school, and as soon as we get there, wife's crying, she's blaming me for everything. I don't know if anybody married, but if you are, you're going to get blamed for anything and everything. So, son's, he's right here on the floor. So I'm like, all right, we got to get him to the hospital. So they said they called the ambulance already. I'm like, well, I could probably get there fast. And the cop seen that it was true. He's like, all right, well, I'm going to escort you. Come on. So we get to the hospital. So I'm being the frantic parent that I am. I grab my son, charging through, knocking down some nurses and doctors, cold blue, cold tin. I never worked in the medical field. They get him. This is serious. This really happened. So they get him. They take him to the back. My wife is still crying. Doesn't make the situation better. I'm not picking on my wife. I love her. But they put him on the stretcher and they running all their tests and like they don't know what's wrong with him. And the nurse was like, all right, we just got to take some blood. You okay with that? I'm like, yeah, please. He's dying or something. So right as she was about to stick the needle in him, he gets up like, I got you guys. I told you I'll get you, Dad. This really happened. And I looked at the cop like, do I go to jail if I hit him in his face? But yeah, that's all I got for today. And hope you laugh.
Going for Lionel. All right, I'm gonna sound like probably the 8 comics that came before me, as I was slowly not really excited when I heard people say jokes that are similar to what I'm gonna talk about tonight. So I'm just gonna get into it. I have a weird question to ask, and I figured I might as well ask it, because if you guys know, you know, and it's more than I know. Does anyone here know the legal ramifications for making your neighbor's cat disappear? And just to be clear, I'm saying disappear as in a magic trick, not as in, like... And you're probably wondering, Drake, that's a really odd thing to ask. Like, did Adam's set really make you hate your neighbor's cat that much? And the answer is no. The answer is just that the cat's an asshole. And I know for most people that's normal, like, well, aren't all cats assholes? It's like, no. This motherfucker and I have a very Tom and Jerry-esque relationship, and you won't fucking believe who's Tom. It's the fucking cat. So, Your Honor, I would like to present the crimes Tom has committed against Jerry. At first, I simply drove home, it was late at night, pitch black out. Go into my driveway, go into my garage as you do, and I didn't get the mail that day. So I'm walking my mailbox, and I see something in my driveway like squirming around. And I'm like, oh no. Did I hit something pulling into my driveway? Immediately I'm thinking, what could it be? I'm like, is it a rabbit? A possum? A raccoon? Perhaps a small and discolored deer. I thought of all the cute animals at first that I would be worried about hitting. I'm like, maybe it's just like a plastic bag that was drifting through the wind, and now it's just stuck on my shitty driveway. But no, I approached it with my keys in hand, knowing I might have to start that car up and reverse over this motherfucker and put it out of its misery, when this cat sprung into action and gave me a face that said, "Gotcha, bitch." I'm like, that's interesting. I don't really like that at all. Okay, that's probably not as bad as you thought it was. But I have another example of a crime committed against me by Tom. I was simply going to get a package off the porch, as you will, from Amazon. I didn't order it. I believe in getting in my car and going to the store to buy something I want so I can have it at that exact moment rather than waiting for it to come later. So I open my door as I go to grab my package. This motherfucker is sitting in my bushes and he books it to the door, trying to come into my house. And I'm allergic to cats, so I'm like, no. I immediately slam the door shut, lock it, like back to the door, like slide down, catching my breath. You'd think I just made eye contact with a serial killer, but no, it was a cat. I don't know why I locked the door. It's not like you'd be able to open it. I think just closing the door was all I needed to do. But no, that little fucker continues to terrorize me. There was a time where I was doing my dishes late at night, as a single man who lives alone does, and I'm looking out my kitchen window into my backyard. I'm doing dishes, I look up, and then I saw a piercing pair of peepers staring right back at me, and I jumped so high, and I screamed so loud, that if I could jump that high normally, I would be in the NBA. And if I could make that pitch noise I made normally, I'd be doing sound effects for horror movies. But in the 10 seconds it took me to come down from the ceiling back into my slippers, I looked back up and saw that it was that fucking cat. And there he was with that dumbass fucking face again. Like, he got me. And he fucking got me. So I don't know, if I'd like go to jail for making this cat disappear. Maybe I should stop sugarcoating it. I don't want to make him disappear. I want him taken care of. This cat's a fucking problem. I'm sick of it. He's trying to break into my home at any given moment, and I can't handle it. But the thing is, like, it's not like I'm killing a person. He doesn't have a social security number, doesn't have a job, he's not really a contributing member of society. So, like, what's the worst thing I could get? Yeah, probably jail time. I can't go to jail. I don't think I'd do well there. Plus, I'm already kind of in a jail of my own mind's making. No, that jail's horny jail. I'm coming to terms with the fact that I just have a debilitating horniness that I live with 24/7, 365. Doesn't matter where I am, I can be bricked up at a moment's notice. There are no questions to ask. Why, who, what, where, when. They don't matter. It will happen. So in order to kind of get myself out of there, probably get back into society, I'm back on the dating apps. Yes, yeah. Oh, I appreciate the cheer. Am I hot? No, yeah, I'm on the big three, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and if you know me, when I'm on Hinge, I'm at the absolute bottom of the fucking barrel of my life. Shit is not going well. But we're having fun. I'm also on a new app now. I had a friend send me one. It's called Hula, as in hula hoop. So I don't know if any of you guys know this, but every dating app has to have some really dumbass gimmick. And it can't just be like, you don't have to pay any money to actually meet and fuck these people. It's just like, hey, give us all your money. But Hula's is that men cannot make accounts. Only women can make accounts. And then they have to verify and vet and invite men onto the app.
What?
Because as we know, only men are bad people. And before someone tries to fucking pitchfork me, I know. Statistically speaking, it is men. I know. I'm the guy. I have to live with it. I know, all right? But you can't tell me there hasn't been a guy ever out there that's been like uncomfortable or like weirded out by someone they've met on a dating app. The other dumb fucking thing about this stupid ass app, besides the fact that there's no one on it, is that they have a section called hype people. where you have to ask your friends to record little videos about you and say why it'd be so great to date you. So, that's what tells me this app was either made by a woman or a man with no friends. Because women love gassing each other up. They're, oh my God, she's such a great cook. You're gonna love her. She's just so loyal. She's got a great job. She's just so crazy though. Like, you have to match her energy. If I were to send, the hype man requirements to my group chat right now with my friends, my friends would send back, you're gonna love dating Drake because he has a small penis. You're gonna love Drake because he only eats mac and cheese, no matter how nice a restaurant. You're gonna love dating Drake because he's a shitty spender. You're gonna love dating Drake because he lives in his mom's house. And then you have the few friends that, will say something because they know it'll get under your skin, but at the same time, they kind of want you to make a change about it or get over it. Be like, so you're gonna love dating Drake because he gained a lot of weight over the pandemic and somehow it's stuck around, but the pandemic didn't as much. All right, buddy. Okay. You're gonna love dating Drake because due to his commitment issues, due to his parents' divorce, you're probably not gonna go any further in the relationship for at least 5 years. And due to Drake totaling his car once, he refuses to drive in any type of bad weather, so you'll be driving it's drizzling. It's like, all right, listen guys, I don't need you to fucking paint me as a knight in shining armor, but can you make me sound a little less like a pussy? And then, there's the one that's like, Drake farts so loudly in his sleep he wakes people up 2 rooms over in a hotel. And it's like, that was one fucking time. Why would you, that's not a normal occurrence. Don't share that on this app. So the app's fucking stupid. It's gone. Yeah, there's no reason to have that. But that makes me think about going to jail. Not because I heard someone on the app, just because I'd like to give a stern talking to and possibly make whoever made the app disappear. Speaking of jail, someone else is kind of in the news for something like that. And I know most of you are probably used to getting your political jokes live from New York on Saturdays. But luckily for you, you're going to get it live from Farmington one day earlier. Yeah, I'm talking about Donald Trump. I know, boo, sigh, oh my God, this guy again. Yeah, so he got indicted and people are saying he's going to go to jail, but he doesn't really fit the jail criteria. White, man, rich, former president of the United States. I don't know if you guys know this, but those types of people typically don't go to prison. And anyone that's like, what's he talking about? Of course they do. You're also probably a rich asshole that wouldn't go in that situation. But the thought of him going to me is funny because as he, was president, he has to have, Secret Service for life. I don't know how you become a Secret Serviceman. I don't know if there's a test you pass or a class or a course, a couple year program, but imagine the 2 guys that just got hey guys, congrats. You get to protect, current and past presidents and their families. What a great honor. You're going away for a long time for your first assignment. And they're like, oh, what are you talking about? Are the Obamas going on a trip? Do we get to hang out with them? Is George Bush just going on a painting retreat and we get to hang out? Or is, Bill Clinton going to Epstein's Island and we're gonna pretend there's no fucking problem there? No, actually, you get to serve hard time with Donald Trump in prison. Do they get to keep the black suits? Do they dress them up as thing 1 and thing 2? Or do they do they have to go in the jumpsuits? And if that's the case, I guess orange really would be the new black for them. Thank you for laughing. I'm glad that joke worked. I've never seen the show. How many fucking fights in prison is Trump gonna start just by saying anything? And those poor 2 guys are like, dude, if I have to fight another fucking guy, I'm gonna die. I'm losing it. I mean, imagine the first Hispanic person Trump sees in prison. I told you they were all rapists and murderers. They're dude, I'm in here for petty theft. I had a bad the public defendant sucked. Let's beat the shit out of this guy. And then immediately Secret Service great. He'd probably be trading nuclear codes for cigarettes. And of course, no one can have those because if they make it out, then they're gonna immediately try and get a documentary and leak them. So I assume those guys would probably have to die. So he kind of can get anything for free if he didn't go. It'd be just like real life. So, yeah, I don't think I want to go to prison, because knowing my luck, I'd probably be partnered up with him. You know, my small little cell. He'd have the bottom bunk, obviously. No one wants the fucking top bunk. Getting in and out of bed is hard enough. Now you're adding the fact that I have to climb in and out of bed? Are you fucking kidding me? So he'd be on the bottom. I don't know if he's a honk shoe or a me sleeper. And then I'd be on top, probably laying on my back, arms crossed, right across my chest, almost like it's a casket. Thinking about how I got here. Thinking about why I fucking made that cat disappear. Because now the former president is below me, and I got thing 1 and thing 2 to my left and my right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to Apothecary Espresso and Coffee. You could be anywhere in the world right now when you're here. We'll be back next month. Please remember to tip your baristas. Stay safe. Have a nice weekend. And yeah, thanks for coming. Hit the music!